Is the fear of your SMA not growing the one thing that's holding you back from taking action? Because honestly, I'm about to show you exactly what happens when you lose that fear and how I was able to take my SMA from zero to over $31,000 in just 30 days. Honestly, man, my SMA grew so fast, I kind of thought it was luck. That was until my friend Andre here implemented the exact same strategy, literally word for word, step by step, and he grew his agency to over 25K cash collected in the first 30 days too. Step number one is to find a niche and create a cold, friendly offer that will get a random stranger to stop scrolling and pay attention to your agency. Now, when it comes to picking a niche, I recommend that you choose a niche that you know the most about, you can speak the language, and connect with business owners on, because honestly, it's going to instill a lot of confidence in your prospects, and it's going to make them much less hesitant to give you their credit card on that call. So once you've sat and started to analyze what niche that could be, it's time to create an offer so sexy it gets random strangers to stop in their tracks and pay attention. Now, the way you actually do that is by giving people what they want rather than trying to take something you want to sell and shove it down their throat. So what I decided to do was to guarantee 30 sales appointments through a 2-month systems implementation build out. During these 2 months, I was going to build and manage an appointment generating system that leverages Go High Level and Facebook ads. I was then going to provide them with training, and if they wanted some one-on-one Zoom calls, to show them how to create their own ads and use the system. And our service fee for that, excluding ad spend by the way, was $4K a month for 2 months or $7,000 if they paid in full. After the 2 months, if they wanted to continue to use the system, they would just pay us the Go High Level SaaS fee, so we were charging $4.99 a month for that, and then they would continue to run ads themselves. And honestly, looking back at that, it did not work out nearly as well as I thought it would have, but as the saying goes, hindsight is always 20/20. And honestly, after further analyzing even more, one of the biggest things that helped me make so much money so fast was the pay in full option, as literally 3 or 4 pay in fulls can just shoot you up to like 20K like that. So now that you have an offer that can pique the attention of a random stranger, the second part of my 6-figure SMA protocol is figuring out how to actually pack your calendar with qualified people on autopilot. The secret is simple, man. It's honestly called Facebook ads. You see, up until January 21, 2023, I was actually running no ads. And then from January 22nd to February 28th, I spent a little over $3,000, generated 172 leads, and booked over 96 appointments, which resulted in $31,000 in total sales. This means I was literally putting $1 into Facebook and getting $10 back into my bank account. So you're probably asking yourself, what did that ad look like? So what I decided to do is record a sample outlining the exact same framework that I used for my first winning ad. Are you a dentist looking to sell an extra 20 to 30K per month in Invisalign sales? Now listen, I know you might be thinking, who is this kid and what the does he know about dentistry? Keep things short, I've actually been in the dentist space for the last 5 years, building out a client acquisition system specifically for Invisalign to sell new Invisalign patients on demand. This is actually the exact system that John here used to sell an extra $46,500 in his first 8 weeks of using this system. So if you're looking to scale your Invisalign sales, then I literally have the solution for you here. And what I want you to do is go ahead, hit that button down below, and actually check if your market is still available. Now, once they watch that video, we would send it through a Facebook lead form. We would take their name, email, phone number, and then at the end, we'd say, wait, you're not done. Book a call on our calendar now, as we only work with one blank per area. Then we send them to a basic landing page with just a calendar on it, literally absolutely nothing else. And then we would just get them to watch a quick 3-minute video explaining what we do and what to expect on that call. Keep in mind, by the way, I did all of this without a main website. So stop creating limiting beliefs. Honestly, man, just run the play by creating a basic Facebook ad, creating a lead form, and a basic landing page with a 3-minute video at the end. Like, it's not hard. We started running our ads on the 22nd, and our first day, we actually booked our first meeting. In our first week, we booked 25 meetings. And in our first 2 weeks, we booked 37. And then again, roughly 1 month later, we booked 96 appointments. And as you can see, what's really nice about Facebook ads is once you figure this shit out, you just put more money into it and you just book way more meetings fully automated without doing anything. And closing my first client came roughly 2 weeks after we started. And honestly, I kept shit in the bed. I wasn't closing anybody. I was just getting hammered, man. And if I could be honest, there were times where I was like, man, this sucks. It was just day after day of getting on sales calls and not closing. I remember driving to go visit my mom, and I was just sitting there thinking like, damn, man, like, this sucks. Like, what am I going to do? I started contemplating trying to get a job, but I was like, nah, man, like, I'm not going to let that happen. So I kept modifying my script. I kept modifying my offer until it just clicked. Literally out of nowhere on the 1st of February, we just started closing. Boom. Day after day, we were just taking payments. Day after day, we were just taking payments, got a nice pay in full, and it kept going. And then funny enough, there was about a week of drought, which I'd be lying if, again, I wasn't skeptical if I just hit something or I got lucky. Those ups and downs do come. Just learn to be completely fine with it. But again, we just got on a back-to-back spree and closed over 31K in 28 days. And honestly, one of the biggest things that helped me start closing was completely getting rid of a visual presentation and doing the entire call verbally on a Zoom call. And if you're interested to see what that looks like, here's a view of my table of contents. We start off the call just by setting the frame and intentions, letting them know why we're here, what we're going to be doing. We then want to figure out specifically where they're at and then figure out where they're trying to go. Keep in mind, a lot of qualification questions are coming in here. We'll then review the call and then we'll label them with a problem. Once we both agreed on that problem, I then acknowledge fit, kind of backpedal and really just make them beg for it, because honestly, at this point, you hold all of the leverage. They have now been fully vulnerable and they want to hear what you have to offer. So until that part happens, you hold more leverage on this call. Once we've made them verbally acknowledge that they need our help, we then go into the pitch where, as Hermosi says, we're selling the vacation. And a really good way to do that is something that I've found called the feature benefit tie down. So rather than sharing your screen and showing these people all these stupid automations inside Go High Level and all this nonsense and just boring them to death, you're going to break down your offer into a few features, which you can then explain the benefit and ask a tie down question. For example, step number 1 is we're going to generate you more leads using Facebook ads. That is a feature. The benefit is you're going to be able to consistently and predictably generate more leads, which means you have a predictable and consistent way of acquiring more clients. Does that make sense, Mr. Prospect? Is that something that you would want for your business? So you can take your offer, chunk it up into about 2 to 3 feature benefit tie downs, and then go for the close. Now, looking back, if I was able to communicate with myself and also to set any expectations for you guys that want to take this play and run it, realize there are going to be emotional and mental ups and downs, where one week you're crushing it and then out of nowhere a week there's just a giant drought. But it is simple enough that a moron like me could do it, and honestly it's extremely rewarding if you stick through it. But all in all, we managed to sell over $31,000, and then we had a refund because we were not on track to hit KPI, and we finished the month off with $27,688. After spending $3,000, you can see that we made about $24,500 in pure profit, because I was just a one-man show. And again, as a token of appreciation, if you want my exact sales script, watch this video right here where I break down how to sell an offer and also give you my resource for free.